People enjoying new Centrum Flavor Burst chews.
That was good.
The delicious fruit-flavored chewy multivitamin you can take without food or water. Listen to them go. Getting their essential nutrients, supporting their immune system with vitamins E and C, and their energy with B vitamins. Who says multivitamins have to taste like multivitamins?
Delicious.
New Centrum Flavor Burst chews from the makers of the #1 multivitamin brand. Visit Centrum.com for your $2 coupon today.
Can I have another?
The road goes far away from home, and I get lonely, missing you only when I'm away, and it's a sunny day. It's not quite the same as the ocean blue.
The voice of Henry Capono, Home in the Islands. That's right.
Very nice.
A little Hawaiian music for you guys out there. Big fans of the show. I'm a big fan of Hawaii. And I'm going to try to work my way into this deal here. I'm going to be Larry's personal assistant. I'm sure he needs some help out there.
Trust me.
Nancy, I don't know how Larry convinced you to let him go without you.
He didn't. I said I was not going to go this trip.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, he broke down and cried.
Oh.
I can't go without you.
this
It's like sending your kid off to the first day of kindergarten.
But this show had to go on. That's why you had
The show
to say.
must go
this
on.
Show had
It would have
to
been
go
me
on.
and Will, I
You
think,
know,
for the
somebody's
2
got to
weeks.
stay home
That's
to
right.
hold up the fort. That's all I can say. But I will be going with him, absolutely.
Well, speaking of holding up the fort, Dr. Carl just helped me hold up my own personal fort. I don't know.
Thank
That was kind of a
goodness.
stretch there, guys, but I think I pulled it off.
Yeah.
It definitely. You know, these dreams, when you have a bad dream, Dr. Carl, it tends to resonate throughout your day. And unless you have the right kind of guidance and perspective on dealing with these issues, you know, it could really set the tone, can it?
Well, absolutely. And, you know, the important thing that you have to remember about a bad dream is that every dream is there to help us. That even though you may initially think when you have a dream, oh, my God, that was a terrible dream, that dream has a message for you that's actually something that's helpful. And maybe the reason it was presented in a bad way is simply because your unconscious mind wants you to sit up and take notice and get an insight into something that's important for your life. Because, you know, the very act of dreaming has to do with the activity of the brain. And even whether we remember our dreams or not, our dreams at night still affect our behavior.
Oh, yeah.
That period of REM sleep that we're having at night still affects how we behave, whether or not we remember the dream. But it is very important to remember that even if you have a dream that is scary or unsettling, sometimes what that's really there for is to make you sit up and take note and run through it in your mind. And sometimes you may find that you get an insight that really has nothing to do with the dream per se, but has to do with something that's going on in your life that you want to do something about.
So really, like Larry would say, it's like a kick in the pants.
Absolutely, it's like a kick in the pants. That's how the unconscious mind works. You know, we have so many dreams throughout our lifetime. Doesn't mean we remember them all. You know, I say that a dream is like a movie. You know, there's some movies where you walk out of the movie and afterwards you say to yourself, oh, well, that was okay. And it's very forgettable. You never think about it again. But there's some movies where you walk out of the theater and you go, oh, my God, that movie. And it really leaves an impression on you. Well,
Wow.
The unconscious mind in creating dreams works the same way. Sometimes our dreams are kind of mundane, and they're not very memorable. But at other times, they're very exciting and really imprint themselves on us because those are the dreams we're meant to remember and take note of.
Guys, we are taking your calls, 800-336-2225 to talk to Dr. Carl Petrasso.
And, you know, I
wait.
want to say also, if I might, if you go to www.drcarl.com, the book Dreaming for Success is available. And the book, it's funny you asked that, Will, because the book talks a lot about how dreams affect our behavior during the day, whether or not we remember the dream. but just by that activity of the brain that goes on when we sleep.
We talked a little bit about this a few weeks ago, Dr. Carl, about kind of trying to control the flow of your dreams, maybe like going to sleep with certain themes in mind. Is that something that's helpful for people that tend to have a tough time sleeping, or maybe dealing with issues at work or at home?
Well, absolutely. And, it's important to remember that sleep and dreaming are connected. So how well you're sleeping has to do with what kinds of dreams you're going to have. So, for example, if you're in a room and it's cold, that coldness may enter your dream. Or if you're in a room and you're not sleeping well, you're waking up throughout the night, there's going to be less probability that you're going to have dreams or you're going to have complete dreams. So sleeping and dreaming are connected. Now, there are ways to actually get control of dreams through the conscious mind. And a lot of this has to do with lucid dreaming, where you know in a dream that you're dreaming. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, you know in a dream suddenly, oh boy, this is a dream I'm in. Actually, you can train yourself to get control of that experience.
That's amazing. Now, Dr. Carl, I do want to have a chance for our listeners to ask you some questions. On the line right now, we do have Greg from good old Las Vegas, Nevada. Greg, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Now, you had a question for Dr. Carl.
Yeah, I had this dream a few months back. I don't remember much details, but I do remember kind of having the imagery of my own house, but it was completely emptied and very, how do I say, like, kind of had like a gray tint over it, kind of. It was very eerie looking in the dream. And there was nobody around or anything like that. Everyone was like kind of either vanished or were just not in the dream. I felt very alone.
Okay. This dream has more to do with what's important in your life than it has to do with a future prediction that you're going to be alone or that you're going to be abandoned. And I think what this dream is saying is that it is very important for you to have meaningful things in your life. By that I mean, if you look at the house and you look at different rooms in the house, you can look upon those as different interests that you have in your life. And so it's important for you to keep up those different interests that you have in your life. If you look at loneliness, it may not be so much that you feel lonely or that loneliness is coming to you, but it does mean that there is a certain level and a certain amount of social activity that is important to you. And I think what this dream is telling you is that it is important for you, first of all, to be taking care of your internal self in terms of the things that interest you and the things that you would like to do and the goals that you have for things that you would like to accomplish. It's also telling you that to whatever degree a social life is important for you, you should keep it up and pursue that. And why this
Hey, Dr. Carl, hang in there, buddy. We do have to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to do the Will Link movie report right after these messages. Hang in there, everybody.
Hi, this is Joe Mantegna.